Okay, I am on P64 in the math homework. Give me 1 second. Yeah, P64. Problems 1 and 2 are very similar to the problems on P63 and on the problems that we went over in the textbook, the big math book, so I'm not going to go over those again. However, if you are still confused, don't hesitate, raise your hand, I can help you out. Make sure you're listening closely and following along on the videos though, and hopefully if you do that, you'll be able to solve those problems on your own. Okay, let's look at number 3. On a grid, Joe's house is marked at -5, -3. Andy's house is at 1, -3. What is the distance on the grid between their houses? Well, easiest way to do that, use your graph paper, graph those 2 points, and then move on. So let's do it. Joe's house, -5, -3. So we always go on the x-axis first, -5. So I go boop, 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 -5, and -3, boop, boop, boop. -3 is down. So there's Joe's house. So I'll label it with a J for Joe. Good to go, Joe. All right, Andy's house. Go +1, so that's to the right 1, and down 3. Boop, boop, boop. There's Andy's house. I'm going to label it with an A for Andy. Awesome, Andy. And now I just count the distance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the distance between their 2 houses is 6 units. 6 blocks, whatever you want to call it. Now, there is another way to do these. We worked on them yesterday. I can take those 2 points and I can find the distance using absolute values. Okay, so my y values are the same. I have -3 for both y's. My x values are different. I have a negative and a positive. Since the 2 signs are different, one's negative, one's positive, I can take the absolute values of these and add them to get my distance. So the absolute value of -5 is +5, absolute value of +1 is still 1, and that will give me the same answer. Okay. Number 4, in the last 2 years, Mary grew 2 1/4 inches, Kim grew 2.4 inches, and Kate grew 2 1/8 inches. Write the amounts they grew in order from least to greatest. Okay, so I'm going to change all these to decimals. That's the easiest way, in my opinion, to compare numbers. Is there more than one way to do this? Absolutely. This is what I consider to be the easiest way to compare numbers. Okay, so we have Kim at 2.4. That's already a decimal, so I don't need to change that. We have Mary at 2 1/4, and we have Kate at 2 1/8. So these are all going to be, this is 2.4, this is going to be 2 point something, because I have a 2 in the ones place, 2 in the ones place. Here I have a 2 in the ones place point, and then the fraction part is going to be my decimal part. So to change a fraction into a decimal, I have to divide the denominator, in this case 4, into the numerator 1. I'm just using my scratch paper over here. You have plenty of scratch paper, so you don't need to erase. You can always get more. Okay, 4 can't go into 1, so I add my decimal, bring my decimal straight up, add a 0. 4 goes into 10 2 times. 2 times 4 is 8, subtract gives me 2. I can add another 0 because I don't want that remainder. 4 goes into 20 5 times. 5 times 4 is 20. That gives me no remainder, so 0.25 for Mary. Okay, Kate, I want to do the same thing. Again, I'm going to delete or erase my work. You never need to. Kate, I got to change, again, denominator into the numerator to change that fraction. Add my decimal, add a 0, bring my decimal straight up. 8 goes into 10 1 time. 1 times 8 is 8, subtract gives me 2, add a 0, bring it down. 8 goes into 20 2 times. 2 times 8 is 16, subtract gives me 4, add a 0, bring it down. 8 goes into 40 5 times. 5 times 8 is 40 exactly. Subtract gives me 0. So this is going to be 2.125. Okay, we start on the left side to compare these. We got 2, 2, 2. Those are all tied. And then we look at the tenths place next, and we have a 1, 2, and a 4. This wants the least number first, greatest number last. So the least number between these is 1. So that means this is my smallest number. And that was 2 and 1/8. That was Kate. I can put a K above her name to remind me. And then the next smallest is a 2. So that was this one, which is 2 and 1/4. And that was Mary. And then the biggest one was Kim. And she was 2.4. And that was Kim. Oh, I have Kate and Kim. So Kate. And that's Kim. All right. Let's move on. Number 5, jar of jelly that weighs 4.2 ounces costs $2.89. What is the cost of 1 ounce of jelly? So I know that 4.25 ounces will give me $2.89, or will cost me $2.89. I want to know how much 1 is, though. So I need to divide 4.25 into 2.89. So we want to move our decimal over twice to get rid of it. That's going to make this 425. And if we move the decimal over twice out here, we have to move the decimal over twice inside as well. So I delete that. My decimal is going to be back here. I bring it straight up. Okay, 425 can't go into 289, so I add my 0. So now we're looking at 2,890. So this is about 400 into 2,890. So if we're counting by 400, 400, 800, 1,200, 1,600, 2,000, 2,400. It's going to go in about 6 or 7 times. I'm going to start with 6, and then I'm going to let you do 425 times 6 and see what that gets you. See if it's going to be 6 or 7. I'll let you finish out this division. All right, let's look at number 6. Jan began with 5/6 pound of modeling clay. 5/6 pound. She used 1/5 of the clay. Of tells me I'm going to be multiplying to make decorative magnets, and then she divided the remaining clay into 8 equal portions. What is the weight of the clay in each portion? So 5/6, and we said she used 1/5 of, so that tells me I'm going to be multiplying. I can cross simplify here. 5 goes into 5 one time, 5 goes into 5 one time. Multiply straight across 1/6. Now, this 1/6 tells us how much of the 5/6 is gone. So she started with 5/6. She used 1/6. So now she has 4/6 left. So 4/6, and then now we divide that 4/6 into 8 equal parts. Now that we have it like this, we can do copy, change, flip. And I can cross simplify. 4 goes into 4 one time, 4 goes into 8 twice. Multiply straight across, and we get our final answer of 1/12. Okay. All right, thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next video.